Hello and welcome to Christine's Creativity Cabinet, where only squishies get makeovers. My first squishy makeover now has 878 views, woohoo! Which is way more than any other I've done so far. So I am really thrilled to finally get another one done for all of you. I decided to take these two bread bun squishies that I got at Walgreens on clearance for only 50 cents each and make them into a macaron. But not just any macaron. I'm going to make one with a cute animal face peeking out of the filling. This was inspired by this clay tutorial made by the best YouTube crafter ever, Joanna from Maqaroon and Cute Like Hacks. Yes, I am a cute-nator and proud of it. So, let's get to making art. My first challenge was to figure out how I was going to make the fancy edges of the macaron's wafers, which Joanna calls the macaron's feet. I decided to take some model magic, roll it out into a long, skinny snake, and glue it to the edges of the buns using tacky glue. Then I textured the model magic using a toothpick. This actually worked really well to make the macaron's feet. Then I filled in the ridges in the buns with white puffy paint so that they would be nice and smooth. This didn't work as well as I had hoped, but it ended up not mattering all that much in the end. Then I mixed up some light pink puffy paint and painted the buns with it. Then I cut off the bottom of a cosmetic sponge that I got from Dollar Tree to make the animal face. I originally wanted to do a koala instead of a cat, and you can see me here struggling to get the ear shape right that I cut from another cosmetic sponge. As you can see, I had trouble getting the ears to stick with the fabric glue I was using, so I tried temporarily holding them with pins until the glue dried. As you can see in this next clip, it didn't work. So I decided to wait until the whole thing was assembled before adding the ears. I found a flex foam muffin that was left over from one of my evil twin's hideous experiments and I decided it would be just the thing for the macaron's filling. Now, for your enjoyment, you get to view my many failed attempts to assemble the whole thing and get it to stay together while the glue dried. It was at this point that I abandoned the koala idea and decided to do a cat instead, since the ears are much easier to shape and sit on top of the head rather than on the sides, so that you're not fighting gravity. So, after many on and off-camera struggles in which the ears fell off yet again, I ended up with something like this. Which promptly fell apart again because I was too impatient with the glue drying process. I finally got so frustrated that I had to turn off the camera and fiddle with it a whole bunch more and then force myself not to touch it anymore until the puffy paint dried. I finally ended up with this, which is pretty amazing considering the struggle that I went through. The rest of the process was not nearly so challenging. First, I gave the filling and the face another coat of white puffy paint. Then I removed one of the clips, since there's no point in having two of them, and I touched up the white puffy paint on the filling and the face. Then I gave the top bun another coat of light pink puffy paint and added sprinkles to it. Then it was time to give the kitty a face. After that was dry, I put more white puffy paint on the filling and added some pink sprinkles there, because I learned from Mariah Elizabeth that you can never have too many sprinkles. I wasn't entirely happy with the shapes of the cat's ears and nose, so I touched them up a little bit with white puffy paint. The last step, after everything was dry, was to give the sprinkles a coat of Mod Podge to seal them down. And here is my finished squishy. I'm really happy with how it turned out, considering it's my only second squishy attempt at a makeover. I hope you like watching this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing because that really helps me.